Yo, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Dividend Investor. I'm back today with another video in my portfolio, my Freetrade dividend portfolio update series. But before I get into the context of today's video, guys, just got a few things I want to say before I get into it. The first thing is, if you could, as usual, please subscribe to my channel. Also, get in the comments and comment on this video. Give the video a like if you like the video. Obviously, at the end after you've watched it, give it a thumbs down even if you want. So anything that boosts the algorithm for my videos. And the second thing, guys. I finally hit my milestone of 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel, which is absolutely massive for me. Ever since I started doing videos around about a year ago, I've been looking forward to this day. And now I've hit the milestone, I just want to go on from there and kick on and get to 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 10,000 subscribers, hopefully, if my channel can grow that big, who knows, but you got to reach for the stars. So I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who watches my videos, who comments, who gives it a like, boosts that engagement out, and it's really kept me motivated to carry on making more videos. So I'm sat here in a lovely morning in my garden doing this video for you today, guys. So I hope you enjoy today's video and just let me know what you think about it as well. So yeah, my free trade portfolio, guys, as you can see, it currently stands at £3,729.69, which is I'm now at the highest. The portfolio's at the highest it's been for a good 3 months now. As you can see, in the last year, you can see where I got up to around £3,942, and with the big dip with the pandemic, got down to as low as 3,100 on the 20th of March. But since then, we've seen some gradual increases, so dips along the way. But now I only am £12, just under £13 in the red, which is quite a good recovery, as I was around £500 in the red at some point. So we're getting there, guys, slowly but surely. I've also got to add Freetrade. I've now added 250 new US stocks on the platform, which I'll be obviously not going into every single one of those right now, but I'll leave a link in the description below, which leads to the community forum where you can see all the 250 new stocks that we have. But I'm just going to be highlighting 3 today at the end of the video, which I personally caught my eye, which we're looking at investing in, and I'll also be doing a separate video on the 3 stocks that I'm going to show you on the Simply Wall Street app, just showing you a bit about the companies, like I do with the other stocks that I show you as well. So yeah, now we'll just get into the portfolio update for you today, guys. So the first stock on the list is my highest position, AbbVie. I'm up 26.82% in them. I own just over 6 shares. Ever since the fractional shares have come in, you can now obviously have point or whatever shares. So yeah, I'm up £94. In the last week, they have dropped, no, not too much, just over 1%, which isn't too much there. Obviously, AbbVie managed to recover from the dip, from the pandemic. You can see a lot of graphs from different companies have the same outlook. They have a big dip, and many are still hovering around this sort of area. But big companies like AbbVie, especially a pharmaceutical company, will be researching new drugs and whatnot for this. You know what, I can't really say, otherwise I think the video gets, I don't know, I think it doesn't respond. YouTube doesn't respond well to mentioning the C word in videos, so you know what I mean anyway, guys. So yeah, AbbVie have pretty much recovered to the point they was before the pandemic. They was at $97, now they're at $89, so not far off. Next up on the list is Verizon. I own just over 8 shares of Verizon as well, down just 1.85% overall in them. They're down. They're actually up 1.62% in the last 7 days, which is a good sign. Verizon, obviously, broadband and wireless communications company. Then next we have AT&T. I own 12.175 shares of AT&T, and I'm up in that position £4.25%. Again, phone lines company AT&T. They're up a massive 7.64% in the last week, so quite a decent rise for them. Next up we have is Microsoft. Microsoft doing really well at the moment. I'm up 32% with Microsoft. It's down just a couple of percent in the last week, but overall in the month they're up 4.5%. And in the last year you can see, again, another massive company who are pretty much back to what they was at before the pandemic. Next up it was Colgate. I own just 5.056 shares of Colgate. I'm down just 0.61% of Colgate. Who are in the last week, again, not much movement for Colgate, just up 0.17% and down 0.62% in the last month. Next up is Coca-Cola. I own 7.2693% shares in Coca-Cola, who are up 3.11% for me overall, and up a further 1.83% in the last 7 days. Obviously, Coca-Cola, massive company as well. Not quite recovered to the extent they was at, but I do feel there was quite a high before all this started. $59 there was at on the 18th of February, and got to as low as 38, and now back up to 46, which I think is a more reasonable price for them at the moment. But I do think they will get back up to where they was. Next up, we have Starbucks, who are down just under 10% for me. I do like Freetrade descriptions of pumpkin spice lattes, and that nice little description. Up just over 1% in the last week, and up 1% in the whole month as well. Obviously, I'm still down in my position, £10. I received a dividend from them this week, which I'll get into when I show you my activities for the last week. Next, we have Johnson & Johnson. I have 2.0336 shares, and I'm up 11.7%. That's a 0.70%, sorry, in my position with them. Struggled in the last month, really. Just down 6%, and down a further 1.89% over this last week. But still, in the year, they are up. Yeah, so before the pandemic, there was highest was at $153. Went down to as low as 111, which if you'd managed to grab them at that price, that would have been a pretty good increase in your capital gains of where they're at now. So they're back up now to 144. Not quite where they was at before the pandemic, but another company who, you can see a pattern with these big companies, guys. They will tend to recover quickly. The next one is Ford. Ford have actually been doing quite well in the last month, to be fair. It's been documented they cut the dividend recently, but they're up 16.63% in the last 30 days, and up a further 9.84%. Still in the year, they've got a little bit to go. They was on the decline well before the pandemic started, but they got to as low as $4. Now they're back up to $6. So we'll just have to. It does look quite promising at the moment for Ford, so we'll just have to see what happens with them. Next up is Pfizer, who are up. I'm up 50%, sorry, with Pfizer for the 4 shares that I own. You can see the last 7 days, not too much. No, just down 0.58% and down 2.5% in the month. Rolled at Shell, 9 shares I own are rolled at Shell, and I'm down 45%. Still massive losses with these at the moment. Excuse me. And had further losses as well in the last month, but managed to claw back a little bit in this last week, up 2% nearly. Next we have is PepsiCo, down 3.52% with PepsiCo at the moment. Down 0.34% in the last week, and I'm just 3.52% down overall. Next we have is Imperial Brands, tobacco company, down 1.83% in the last 7 days. In the month they have struggled again, down 8.64%. These type of stocks are quite usually volatile anyway, because they're not the most ethical companies to invest in. Obviously, cigarettes, it's something that wants to be sort of eradicated from the world, really. So, and I'm down 23.83% with them overall. My average cost is £19.58. The next we have is another oil company, BP. I'm down 34.41% with BP. 32 shares that I own, up 1.84% in the last week, but still down overall 1.41% in the last 30 days. You can see in the last year, guys, oil has really struggled, but again, a lot of companies' graphs do look the same. I've said, sort of hovering above the line where the pandemic was at its, let's say, world peak. They went down to around 2.41%. Obviously, oil prices did crash as well, which doesn't help. Obviously, a lot of people are staying at home, working from home, whatnot, so no one's using the cars as much. But yeah, back up to £3.16 at the moment. Still a way to go before they get back up to the £4 mark there was at, or even £5 at some point. Next is Walmart, just the 1 share of Walmart, but I'm up just around about 9% with them. Last week they're down 2.37%. And down 4.5% in the month. Then we have is Oriental Income next, down 17%, just under 18, 33 shares out of Oriental Income. Down 0.6% in the last 30 days, and down 1.72% in the last week. So again, still not too far off what they was at before all this now, to be fair. In the last year they're down just 46 pence, so they're not far off. And they was at the lowest they was at £1.62. So another company clawing back. And then there's beer tobacco. I have 2 shares and I'm up 10% with beer tobacco, which is quite a different outlook than the competitor Imperial Brands. They're up 4.87% in the last week and a further 4.65% in the last 30 days. So they're doing quite well at the minute. So yeah, I'm up 10.28%. And then next we have is Intel. Intel have been doing well for quite a while now. You can see when the pandemic hit, again similar V-shape on the graph where the pandemic started, down to $45, but now up to a massive $63, and I'm up just under £20 or nearly 46%. Again, it's a company I wish I'd bought more in at the time, but these things happen. Then we have the S&P 500 index fund, which is up, which is obviously a general look on the whole of the US market. They're up around about 10% for me. Up 7% in the last week, 30 days, and 3.19% in the last year. Again, they're recovering from the loss of the V-shaped graph. Obviously, there was around about $50, just under £50, sorry. Went down to £37, now back up to 47. So obviously, this does recover. History has shown that the S&P 500 always does recover. Next up was Lloyd's UK banking stock. I had shown in my comments in my last portfolio update, I think it was, saying that UK banks may take a while to recover, and I do see that, to be fair. Obviously, they're pumping a lot of money out into the furlough schemes and whatnot. Obviously, they're helping the government out as well, so I do think banks will probably take a while to recover and be a while before we get them dividends back for them. But Lloyd's a great position for me to average down in, only 31 pence a share, up 11% in the last 7 days, which is only 33 pence, but every little helps. But still down 3.67% in the last 30 days. Obviously, another bank, HSBC, 35% down I am with them. 11 shares I own. Down 3.5% in the last week, and down 8%, just under 8% in the last month. Again, big fall for them. There was around about $6-7 at the heights, but now obviously down to £3.80, pounds, sorry, not dollars. Then there was National Grid, a utilities company, who are up just 0.11% in the last week, and I'm up 11% overall, well, just under. Then where was Carnival, my big winner in the portfolio, guys, up a massive, just almost 100%. Carnival, big fall from grace though, as you can see in the last year. Stock, there was a £36 upwards stock, and the highest of 37, I think. Let's have a look. Well, 38. Since then, a big massive drop, obviously, since all this started. So I managed to get in with Carnival when they was at $6 a share, so I bought 2 shares for £12.43. Apologies, guys, I keep saying dollars when it's not. But yeah, 97.82% up, and I think they'll be quite volatile. I've said in other videos, they'll be still volatile over the going months and years until everything gets back to if it does get back to normal. But I just thought I'd take a punt and buy a couple of shares, and it's paid off so far. Next is Wells Fargo, obviously US bank, down 36.47%, down 1.62% in the last 30 days, and up 14% in the last 7 days. So it's a nice little rise of $3.43. Sorry, but still down 36.5% for me. Getting towards the end now, guys. Last few stocks. Next is Taylor Wimpey. I'm down 17.18% with Taylor Wimpey. 14 shares currently owned. Up 8.84% in the last week. Down just 2.6% in the whole month. But obviously in the last week, that's good that they're up that much. Again, there was a really good high before all this started. Still not quite recovered. Quite a low V graph there. But they do like they're getting back to it. Then with Greencoat UK, I'm up just under 3% with them for 2 shares that I currently own. up just under 4% in the last 30 days, and up 1.15% in the last week. So again, these Greencoat UK Wind Power Trust, their graph's quite a thin graph. They went down really quick and up really quick, so that's good to see. Yeah, just average cost of £1.37. I'm up just under £3, as I said. Last two stocks I'm not going to really look into that much is UK Oil and Gas, which I'm down 23% in, 105 shares for 25p. So I just thought I might as well buy some to see what to do with that. And then Bancora, which was a free share, which I can't sell now because at the moment with Freetrade you can't sell anything or buy anything under £2 unless it's a £2 trade. So I don't know what I'm going to have to do with that, but I'll just have to leave it in there, I suppose. Not really. It's only 22p, so I'm not too fussed about it. So that's it for the actual portfolio, guys. You can see I'm a massive clawback. I'm almost in the green. Let's see if I can get back there, which would be nice to see again after all these last 3 months in the red. It'd be a good little morale booster. So let's just have a look in the activity for the past week. Not too much going on. I got a £1.12 dividend from Starbucks on the 22nd of May. And then I bought a £10 in Coca-Cola, fractional share, so 0.693 shares in Coke. So that's it for the activity. So now, like I said at the start of the video, Freetrade have released 250 new US stocks, which I'll link in the description below, as I said, so you can have a check them out for yourself, see if there's any ones that you catch your eye. But I'll go to my watch list now and show you 3 that caught my eye. So the first one is Marriott, which is a hotels, fancy hotels, as it says in here. Which I'll be going into these companies in more details. Marriott International Inc. This company operates a vast network of more than 6,000 hotels across the globe. Obviously, everyone's heard of the Marriott's Hotel, really big hotel chain. At the moment, they're trading at $97.94. You can see they were way below what they was. There's around $150 stock down to the lowest was $59, but now they're managed to claw their way back up. So like I said, guys, I'll be doing a separate video on these 3 stocks I'm about to show you, just going over the details on the Simply Wall Street app. Then we have Costco, absolute giant company, trading at $305.79. They've not been affected at all by this, what's going on really. Slight little drops, but nothing major at all. Obviously Costco, wholesale operation. Operates a number of warehouse clubs that let members buy goods at a discount price. Obviously, I do like to shop at Costco myself. It's a really handy place to shop. So yeah, that'll be on the 3 stocks that I'll be going over. And finally, Virgin Atlantic. They just caught my eye. Obviously, Virgin, big company, space tourism they're called. Virgin Atlantic LLC, spaceflight group that's owned by Richard Branson, hoping to take tourists into space. So this is just one that sort of caught my eye as well, guys. Trading at £17.55 at the moment. Obviously down. They're up 69% in the year. You can see they started off at $10 all the way up to around about $37, now back down to 17, but obviously they'll be on the way back up. So let me know what you think of today's video as a whole, guys. I'm going to leave you on that there. Just get in the comments. Let me know what you think of the video. Let me know what you think of Freetrade adding 250 new stocks. So yeah, let me know what you think of my portfolio as well, guys, and how your positions are doing if you own the same ones as I do. So on that note, I'm going to leave you to it, guys. Enjoy your days and stay safe.